FAQs about Nicotiana alata. Everything you need to know. I've always been intrigued by Nicotiana alata, also known as the fragrant tobacco plant, and I've gathered quite a bit of knowledge about it. If you're considering growing this plant or just curious about its various aspects, here's a comprehensive guide based on my experience and research. What is Nicotiana alata? Nicotiana alata is a species of flowering plant in the nightshade family, known for its delightful fragrance and ornamental beauty. It's often called the fragrant tobacco plant because of its sweet-smelling flowers, which are particularly striking in evening and nighttime gardens. How to grow Nicotiana alata. Growing Nicotiana alata can be a rewarding experience. I've found that it thrives in full sun to partial shade. The soil should be well drained and rich in organic matter. Start by preparing the soil with compost to ensure it's nutrient-rich. Start indoors. In colder climates, start seeds indoors 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost. Use seed trays and a light seed starting mix. Keep the soil moist, but not soggy. Transplant outdoors. Once the danger of frost has passed and seedlings have developed 2 to 3 sets of leaves, transplant them into the garden. Space them about 12 to 18 inches apart. How to plant Nicotiana alata seeds. Planting Nicotiana alata seeds is fairly straightforward. Here's a step-by-step guide based on my experience. Prepare the soil. Ensure the soil is loose and well-drained. Work in compost or a balanced fertilizer. Sow seeds. Sprinkle the seeds on the surface of the soil. Do not cover them with soil, as they need light to germinate. Water lightly. Mist the seeds gently to keep them moist. Keep the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged. Maintain temperature. Keep the seeds in a warm, bright location. They generally need temperatures around 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 to 24 degrees Celsius, to germinate. Is Nicotiana alata fragrant delight an heirloom? Yes, Nicotiana alata fragrant delight is considered an heirloom variety. This means it has been grown and passed down through generations due to its exceptional qualities, such as its intensely fragrant blooms and attractive foliage. Is Nicotiana alata perennial? Nicotiana alata is typically grown as an annual in most climates. However, in warmer regions with mild winters, it can behave like a short-lived perennial, meaning it might survive through the winter and come back in the spring. In colder areas, you will need to replant it each year. Where to order Nicotiana alata? You can find Nicotiana alata seeds and plants from various online garden centers and specialty nurseries. Look for reputable sources to ensure you're getting high-quality seeds or healthy plants. Local garden shops might also carry them, especially during the planting season. Nicotiana alata versus sylvestris. Nicotiana alata and Nicotiana sylvestris are often compared due to their similar characteristics, but they have distinct differences. Nicotiana alata, known for its vibrant, trumpet-shaped flowers and strong fragrance. It's generally more compact and bushy. Nicotiana sylvestris features larger, more upright growth and has long, tubular flowers that are less fragrant compared to Nicotiana alata. Both are excellent choices for adding a touch of elegance to your garden, but your selection might depend on whether you prefer a more compact plant or a taller, more dramatic one. Can you smoke Nicotiana alata? While Nicotiana alata belongs to the same genus as Nicotiana tabacum, the tobacco plant, it is not used for smoking. Nicotiana alata is primarily grown for its ornamental value and fragrance, not for its leaves. The leaves of Nicotiana alata are not typically used in the same way as those of Nicotiana tabacum. How to care for Nicotiana alata. Caring for Nicotiana alata involves a few simple steps. Watering. Keep the soil consistently moist, but allow it to dry out slightly between waterings. Overwatering can lead to root rot. Fertilizing. Feed the plants with a balanced fertilizer every 4 to 6 weeks during the growing season to promote healthy growth and flowering. Pruning. Deadhead spent blooms regularly to encourage more flowers and prevent the plant from becoming leggy. How to propagate Nicotiana alata. Propagation of Nicotiana alata can be done through seeds. You can also take cuttings from healthy plants and root them in moist soil or water, although seeds are the most common method. What to plant with Nicotiana alata. Nicotiana alata pairs beautifully with other garden plants. Consider planting it alongside salvia, for a burst of color and complementary blooms. Petunias, for a vibrant, mixed flower display. Marigolds, to add a touch of contrast and repellent properties against pests. Is Nicotiana alata toxic? Nicotiana alata is not known to be highly toxic, but it is always best to keep garden plants out of reach of pets and children. The plant's leaves and flowers are generally safe, but ingestion of large quantities could potentially cause discomfort. Common problems. Nicotiana alata can face a few issues. Pests. Watch out for aphids and spider mites. Regularly inspect your plants and use insecticidal soap if needed. Disease. Avoid overhead watering to reduce the risk of fungal diseases. In summary, Nicotiana alata is a wonderful addition to any garden, offering both beauty and fragrance. Whether you're growing it for its aesthetic appeal or its heirloom status, it's a plant that can provide enjoyment throughout the growing season.